How's it going, everybody? This is Hellbound Johnny, and welcome to my first stream. Technically, actually, since I'm going to be hosting this on YouTube as well, my first YouTube video, wherever you happen to be catching it. So tonight we're going to be checking out a little bit of Space Engineers. I've already started the game. I was just kind of playing around with it to see what kind of server settings I wanted to use. But, frankly, I found a place that I really like, and so we're just going to go ahead and start in progress, and there's not a whole lot done. We have already started with the, starting to disassemble the lander, and not much else. I've picked out a spot that I think is going to be pretty cool for a big multi-section base. Built a little runabout craft that is, well, it's functional. We'll call it that. But, it's just a really pretty place. So this is where I'm going to be trying to set up my new base. What I'm thinking, haven't decided yet, is that over here is going to be essentially the sort of starship, starport, the large ship landing and repair area. This sort of central outcropping is going to be the primary base, largely underground. I'm thinking like perhaps this big cliff face right here is where we're going to dig out a large hangar for small craft and drones. Inside we'll have all of our refining, hydrogen tanks, and the general meat and potatoes of our engineering mayhem. And then over on this plateau somewhere, probably I'm thinking right on the top of this outcropping, this is where we're going to build the solar farm. So, still trying to decide exactly where I'm going to start. Do I want to start with the solar farm? I kind of have this weird idea of, there's a mod that I downloaded called Power Cables. And it's just a visual block. It looks like a bunch of cables on hangers, big industrial looking. I was thinking about running those straight across the gap, and just kind of doing the whole industry meets nature aesthetic. And who knows? Might even do something else out here. Because look at this nice flat area. But in the meantime, we're going to need to get a lot of resources. Aren't you excited? You get to watch me mine. But hey, let's be real. You came to watch a Space Engineers video. If this is a surprise to you, I'm sorry. My one problem I do have right now is, so we're running Exploration Enhanced. We are running the ground installations and all of that good stuff, trying to give a little bit of PvE content. But as you can see down there, they've already moved in, and it's down. All of my mining areas are down around there, so I'm kind of in a spot where I really need to. Well, first I need to build some defenses, because if those guys start coming at me, you'll see in just a moment. I've got nothing, man. I've got a flat spot of metal panels and some stuff stuck on top of it, and a really big, flimsy solar tower. So, yeah, we're really gonna have to do something about that. You might have noticed it looks pretty dark. We are also running the Space Just Got Real mod. I like a lot of mods, so I'm not gonna lie. This is a ridiculously modded game. But, hey, it's my CPU to burn. Don't judge me. Just coming in for a landing. Hey, I'm an ADHD kid. I don't always multitask so well, so if I have to focus on something, there's a good chance I'm probably just going to go a bit quiet. But since really if all you wanted to watch was the gameplay, you could just play the game yourself, I'll do my best to keep chatting and keep it entertaining for you. All right. Like a glove? So yeah, this is, I am not prepared for an attack, as you can see. So first things first, let's top up our hydrogen. This is a solar system campaign, so we're starting on Earth, so we've got the advantage of being able to keep our mask up and not have to worry about oxygen. Makes it easier to just carry 2 hydrogen bottles. You know, from unknown signals, I've gotten a couple of minorly upgraded tools. Pretty excited about that. Man never forgets when he gets his first tool. So one thing I'm also running, I haven't turned it on yet, is the nanobot. If you follow some of the other streams, you'll know him as Bob the Builder here. And I think we're going to go ahead and turn him on. I was going to try to hold off on it, just kind of for immersion's sake, the idea of, you know, it's something that you work into, but with those guys right there, I need the help. Keen, just in case you're listening, this is an indication that we would really like some tech trees. Research, tech trees, that kind of thing. Just PvE in general. I mean, I'm absolutely loving the game. It is fantastic. It really is. It's like first-person Kerbal, you know, all the physics, but in a first-person package. And, you know, I absolutely enjoy it, but the PvE is pretty light. Now, of course, there is that other game, Empyrion, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, the PvE experience is pretty well fleshed out. Fleshed out, not flushed out. Freudian slip! Ooh, my softbox just fell. There we go. Alright. So, where was I? Ah, yes, Empyrion. You know, the PvE experience is a lot of fun, but it's still pretty limited. You know, you run out of stuff to do there pretty quick, and then when you combine the sort of lack of, I was going to say in-game, but really even mid-game play on Empyrion, with its complete lack of physics, I'll say it's pretty. It's very pretty. It's freaking gorgeous, but it just doesn't hold a candle. So, Keen, get to work. He says right after they release a giant patch to basically rework physics entirely. Like, oh yeah, okay. We weren't doing anything. I guess we'll get back to work. Now, what shall we do? I suppose defenses are in order. Right now, we are not worrying about making the base pretty. This is purely a survival platform. I brought the lander down right over here, and then when I got out, it just rolled over, sort of all on its own. It was sitting perfectly stable. I stepped out, and boom, she just rolls over straight onto her head. But it's okay, nothing really broke too badly on it, and I was able to salvage most everything. I've got a pretty good setup going here right now. And, you know, as a new streamer, I, of course, am trying to be cognizant of a great many things. And I'm starting to realize just how much I'm saying and and you're probably going to have to just deal with that. But I am aware. I am noticing it, so... Dead zombie! Gimme, gimme. Oh. I know I said I wasn't going to worry about making it pretty, but still... I do like my incredibly vicious green color, but... some sense of subtlety must be observed. Let's see... Oh, not... Control-Shift-P. Almost painted the whole thing green. There we go. Oops. I clicked the button. No, stop it, Bob. Stop it! Obey your master, Bob! No! And I'm trying to get a little bit of distance because I'm really worried something's going to come in from a weird angle and chew up these solar panels. And truthfully, I think I might take them down because my original thought was that I was going to avoid a nuke plant for a while and try to do the proper survivalist thing, like, you know, not be able to just build a reactor out of scrap, since that's a little advanced. Plus, right now, it's just... I guess until you get to a certain size, there's not really a good reason to use the solar panels. I mean, the nuke just... It's just easy. Still, I am one for flavor and immersion. And solar is just good. Plus, yeah, of course, I'm running Izzy's rotor scripts, and they are... Well, they're just neat. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I come to Space Engineers for. This is just some of the things you can do that you can't do in another game. You know, the real, proper physics simulation. So... Interior plates. Oh, you're running out, aren't you? That's okay. Production. I think I have a fair amount of iron right now. So we'll just... We'll run off 1,000 or so plates. Just run off 1,000. And when you really think about it, the level of industry available to this one dude is pretty impressive. It's like, you know, oh, I'm stranded on the side of a planet. Let me just build a box that will literally spit out anything I tell it to. I mean, it's not quite the Star Trek food replicator level, but pretty close. And what do we need now? We're looking for... We want a turret. Oh, I haven't gotten a chance to play with a lot of these mod turrets yet, but, oh, I'm looking forward to it. Designated turret. Oh, yes. I don't have them loaded up right now because it's not something I'm going to be getting to for a little bit, but I'm pretty excited to try the torpedoes. I've got some ideas of making some sort of like a large ICBM style that, when approaching the target, will burst into a number of smaller torpedoes to just sort of, scorched earth style take out an area. Get on there. Oh. I forgot to set that back. I was playing with my setup earlier, so I messed with the audio. Somewhere there we go. Mute when inactive. I just want it so that you guys can still hear it if I have to tab over and take a look at something else right quick. So, there we go. Just wanted to bring up chat just in case somebody stops in. Wanted to be able to see what I could see. I think I have all the interior plates. Well, hello, Miss Kitty. You guys can't see it, and I'm not going to move the camera just this moment, but one of my cats has a tendency to, hey, leave the softbox alone. Leave it. I have a homemade softbox, and the diffuser paper sort of floats in the breeze a little bit. And so one of my cats is sitting right on my desk, right in front of the monitor, and just really fascinated in trying to assault my ghetto lighting situation. Achtung lieber! We are out of iron. Yep. Iron ingots. Do we have a whole bunch of something we can break down that we don't need? I mean, not really. Oh, yeah. Burning down some cobalt. Still got a pretty good piece of uranium. Alright. I just feel like the moment I go out and start trying to mine, these guys are gonna come mess with me. And in one of my playthroughs, it just got ridiculous really quick. The volume of... God, you gotta love the shadows in the Space Just Got Real mod. I mean, it really feels proper dark. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the drones kept coming and coming and coming to the point that it started to grind my sim speed to a halt on account of the sheer number of trash. Deep iron. Yes. Let's take a look at that one. Alright, we want that one. We want that one. We don't need that one shown. Unknown signal. You know what? Let's take a look. Yeah, we're empty. While it's empty, this thing doesn't move too slow. It can be a little frightening in the dark. But, you know, no risk, no reward. What's the worst that could happen? We do have a speed mod running, so max speed for both small and large vehicles. Whoa. Max speed for both small and large vehicles, I guess I missed it, is 260. And I know a lot of people prefer to set the large vehicle to a lower speed. And I get it, right? You know, a large vehicle is not as maneuverable. But when it comes to top speed, in atmosphere, yeah, I get it. Wait, why do I have two sets of... Okay, that's my base. What are you, 7 point some odd? Ah, yes, I think... So with the Exploration Enhanced mod, it changes your starter ship. Your starter ship is no longer the very well-appointed atmospheric lander. It is the Jackal, which is as bare bones as you can get. There's an oxygen generator, there's a little bit of cargo, and there's some downward-facing thrusters. And so you're not really... I mean, I always did sort of scoff at the fact that the vanilla atmospheric lander is... I mean, it's a pretty functional vessel. You know, it's basically, it's a base. You know, it's, you just land and there you go, you have a base. But I feel like the Jackal might go a little too far the other direction. So I was trying to see if I had done something to cause me to have the Jackal instead of the regular atmospheric lander. But nope, no matter how I respond, I always came back to the Jackal. Oh no, I take it back. This was a wreck that I found. So I ground it down or ground the cockpit down and hacked it. And because I'm using the easy mode mod for vessel takeovers, it gave me the whole thing just by hacking the cockpit, which, you know, I don't feel like it's cheaty, because honestly the idea of having to grind down every single block to take control is just, well, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, if I steal the keys to your car, or if I hotwire it, I don't have to do anything to the shocks and struts in order to drive it or to be able to control it. You know, once I have it started up and running, I have the car. I have control over it, you know. And on that, really, it's only super easy on the smaller ships that have a single cockpit. with some of the larger ships, or heck, even a couple of drones have given me trouble just trying to find their damn remote control. So no, I don't feel... Oh! No! Bad zombie! No, no! Tricky aerobatics to take that guy out. What? They mostly come at night. Mostly. Yes, you better run! What? Is that all of you? Alright. It's so built in to hit reload after I've been shooting my weapon. Like, I never get used to the sort of infinite clip in Space Engineers. So yeah, you know, even just little things make me happy about this game compared to Empyrean. I feel like Empyrean and Space Engineers are kind of like it's the direct competition right now between the two of them. There's not a lot of other games like those two. So really, and if there are, please let me know. I love this kind of game and would love to check it out. So, you know, if you're sitting there just like raging in your seat like, what do you mean the only two? How dare you forget blah blah whatever game you're thinking of there, let me know. You know, drop me a comment, drop me a line, however, you know, carrier pigeon, whatever. Let me know what else in this genre is worth a shot, and I'll check it out. But I digress. In Empyrean, I constantly find myself baffled at the physics. Because they sort of make an attempt to have the physics be realistic. And there are some neat things, like, you know, if you look at the statistics screen on a ship, it's going to tell you, you know, certain things like, you know, your actual meters per second of acceleration, or to be more accurate, your meters per second of acceleration, your pitch, roll, and yaw rate. You know, these are some pretty nifty things to have. But then at the same time, it will completely ignore physics in other ways. And the servers I was playing on, like, you know, I kept getting crap from people. Well, not crap exactly, but I guess I was repeatedly chided that you know, you expect too much out of the physics. This isn't EVE Online, which, all right, EVE Online isn't a physics game, but you know, whatever. We'll go with that. But I was constantly being chided for expecting too much realism out of Empyrean. But then at the same time, I asked the question one time, does an open cockpit provide oxygen? And everybody's like, what? Why would an open cockpit? Like, you know what? For the same reason that all these other crappy, stupid physics things work or don't work when you expect them to. Okay, the way to stop an out-of-control vehicle in space is to turn it off. You know, turn it off, to kill the power, and in essence, kill all thrusters. That brings a vehicle to a stop. All right, you know, if you're watching Space Engineers videos, you probably know, but just in case, you know, an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. In atmosphere, there is friction. In space, there is not. So, for the most part, it goes on for like to infinity and beyond, unless you have some way of stopping it. So if you, like in the particular situation that I'm talking about, happen to jeez, shut. I'm talking here. Oh, now that's just rude. Not only did he interrupt me, but he had the audacity to fall through the earth when I killed him, so I can't even take anything off of him. That's just mean-spirited. Anyway, so what had happened was what had happened was I was building a craft in survival mode because I'm a weirdo, especially in Empyrean where there's no real, the spawn system is just, I don't know, it's magical, we'll call it that. It's, the building system in Empyrean when it comes to blueprints is like Harry Potter magic. But I still like to build in survival mode just because I enjoy building in creative mode as well time to time, but there's something about it. It feels, there's that buzzword again, immersive. But while I was building this craft, I didn't have thrusters in all the directions. And I don't remember why, but I decided I was going to move the thing for some reason. And, well, what do you know? Without thrusters in one direction, when you go in that direction, you have no way of stopping. Not automatically, anyway. So I sat there doing, what would I do in Space Engineers, Kerbal Space Program, any game where the physics were realistic? Well, I have thrusters in two directions. I'm traveling this direction. Well, if I just, leave the inertial dampeners on, which is basically their sort of auto thrust stop type deal, which actually I think that's what it's called here too. Oh no, it's inertial dampen is here and auto brake there. So if you have your dampeners on and you just rotate, it will apply thrust in the necessary patterns as you bring those thrusters around to bring you to a halt. It wouldn't. It would come close, but it never would. And then somebody told me, oh yeah, just turn the vehicle off. It's like, what? How does that even... No, that'll turn the thrusters off, which is the opposite of what I need. I need to apply thrust. No. You turn off the thrust, and the vehicle comes to a stop. You're a wizard, Harry! But, fine, it's a game. I mean, there are limits to how well we can craft the physics in any game. I get it, and I'm on board with it. Alright, fine, I'll accept it. It kind of gives me an idea, okay, this is the level we're at for the physics, what I can expect. So, I'm sorry, if turning off your thrusters will apply thrust to bring you to a stop, I feel like, do open cockpits provide oxygen is a valid question. I mean, let's see, what's a farther stretch that in an open cockpit I could plug a tube into my suit and therefore breathe off the tanks in the vessel, or that turning off the thrusters gives me wizard powers? There they are. All your loots all belong to me. Oh crap, I'm almost out of power, like actual power. Womp womp. And I thought hydrogen would be my limiting factor on this excursion. So definitely, as a new streamer, one of the weirdest things getting used to is the talking to no one. You can probably tell I'm pretty good at talking. I'm a talker, but there's normally other people there. There's energy to feed off of. Well, that sounds kind of ominous. Oh, I need to feed on your energy. But But no, there's a dynamic flow there that you're accustomed to that you don't have while you're streaming in a room by yourself. Also feels a little weird. My roommate, well, I call her my roommate. She is my platonic life partner. She's in the other room, so it feels a little awkward because you're like, sitting here holding a conversation with yourself, and you feel a bit mad, but, it's definitely a bit odd. And I guess I probably am a bit mental for starting streaming with a game that is super heavy on the, pun intentional, grindy. Just because, there's not a lot of gameplay to really talk about. There's just a lot of time to spend just... Oh, that's interesting. Your headlight starts to... Oh, hey, I can recharge off you. Woohoo! I'm excited. But no, I did consider playing something a little more dynamic, something like maybe Subnautica to start my stream, just because, while that's still in the same genre of games that I love, it's a little more dynamic, I think, maybe I'm deluding myself. The Forest, that's the problem, is all of these games are a little bit grindy, and they're just going to leave me with some time to fill, so... I certainly hope I'm entertaining, because you're going to be getting a lot of it. Look at you. Look at you. What do you want? Look at me when I'm shooting at you, boy! What? What? Where are you? Stop it! Oh, rude. Haha. All your motors are belong to us. Oh, I turned off my dampeners. It's like I'm skating on Paul Bunyan's skillet with butter stuck to my feet. Ooh, let's make s'mores. What is on fire under here? Like, from what I can tell, this is all ion thrust. I mean... Apparently, they were hauling a valuable cargo of kerosene. What? What? What sorcery is this? Flame on! Flame off. Flame on! Flame off. Okay, that was entertaining. Ooh, unknown signal. We're a little heavier, but not much. Now, this vessel is not especially aerodynamic, but I am running the aerodynamics mod. So, gonna be doing some really fun stuff with that. We'll have to see, Whiplash is another creator of mods and scripts for this game that I absolutely adore. He has the rotor motor control script. And now I know that there's some other people that have done some interesting VTOL scripts that sort of automatically do everything for you, and you can just kind of get the proper, vectored thrust vehicle experience. And number one, I couldn't really get them to work. Oops. But number two, it's not really what I'm looking for. When I'm thinking of a VTOL, I'm thinking of something that, think back to G.I. Joe and Cobra, something with big engine pods and wings, and, the engine pods they start off pointing down, and you take off up into the air, and then you start to tilt forward and move the same way as like a helicopter, and then you start to pull back and rotate the pods into a horizontal flight direction, and boom, and you turn as those rotate in, you turn off your other directional thrusters, and boom, you're off and flying. And I really enjoyed that. But while there's a lot of great things that have come about from the big physics update, my poor VTOL, Klang was trying to break free of his nether dimensional prison through my vehicle. It made such horrible clangy noises. It was terrible. And the rotors had very strange behavior. They would... What I figured out was, because they seemed to rotate back and forth sort of like randomly. Like when I'd try to switch them, they'd start to go and then snap back and all this other stuff. And what I figured out is if you apply thrust while the rotor is moving, it will snap back to the position it was in before. So you have to... What I figured out is you had to basically so as you're taking off in the VTOL, you had to go a little higher than you normally would, and so that when you leaned down and started to go, number one, you'd get a little bit of glide force, lifting the pressure off of those thrusters, and then also just as once you were going down, you turn off your inertial dampeners, and then boom, you could rotate them into place, and then you could hit forward and pull it back up, and off and away you were flying. But it was clunky. But I did read a follow-up that said that using another cow grinder. I'm trying to get the whole skeleton set. I have the skeleton rifle. I have the skeleton gloves. I was a metalhead in the 80s and 90s. What can I say? I like Hey! That was not an invitation. Not an invitation. Where's your buddies? I knew it. You fuckers don't travel alone. Where's your buddy? Hiding prick. Completely forgot what the hell I was saying now. Oh yeah, scully stuff. I was a metalhead. I like skulls and bones and all that stuff, and I'm old enough now that I have no shame about such things. No, we weren't done. We weren't done. Stop it. Stop. Please. Thank you. Grinding. Keep them grinders grinding. Grinding. See, now I would like you to be on your side. That would be... Alright, we'll try to get the uranium with it. It's only going to be like 0.1. Oh, never mind. No more uranium for me. Aha. Get low. Yes, plates. Give me all of your plates. Alright, it's not worth... Not worth that much trouble for one plate. God, it's dark out here. Ah, wait, that's the iron deposit. There we go. There we are. Do 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 do. So I've been yammering for a while. I'm sort of running out of things to talk about. So tell me, chat, how about that local sports team? Haha, I hear they could go all the way. I've already once, while taking off with this thing, kind of banged straight up into a solar panel and had to rebuild it. So I'm a little... That's kilometers away, but either way, I get nervous. That looks like a big mountain in the way. That was a very bizarre noise. Evil spirits have possessed my engines. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Homeward bound. Eventually, sooner or later. Oh! See, I knew it! Haha! Ace Pilot! Ace Lee McPilot reporting for duty. You said duty. Alright. And we're going to set the batteries to recharge. Refilling the tanks. That's good hydrogen, y'all. How much do I have? I've got a ton of uranium. Plenty of that good stuff. Oh yeah, small steel tubes. That's what I'm short on now. It's not interior plates. Alright, so what are we going to break down? What is in a thruster component? Bam! We're going to disassemble up some thruster components, y'all. Let's stop that right there. And Bob gets straight to work. Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, so this is something I was actually really excited. You know, I'm still new to all this, so like anytime I speak to any of the modders, even though logically they're just some random dude, same as me, it's, I don't know. It's a little bit of like starstruck whenever I get to talk to like one of the modders or whatever. What are you doing? What are you shooting at? Oh, did they fix it? It looks like it's not still shooting at the corpses. So frustrating. Last build, you couldn't use your turrets for defense against any kind of animals or characters, which obviously, you know, it's normally wolves. I'm using the wolves of the zombies replace wolves mod because, I don't know, the dogs shouldn't be that threatening. I mean, I'm an astronaut in a freaking astronaut suit. I can withstand micrometeors, yet little doggy just freaking shreds me in a heartbeat. That doesn't make sense to me, but, you know. Whatever. This ain't Eve. The hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The turrets, they couldn't tell when something was already dead. Like, it would kill something, and then it would attempt to kill the dead thing to death, and it would just dump, literally, all of the ammo. All of it. Just all the ammo just dumped right into the corpse. The corpse, in this case, of a corpse. So meta. Yo, dog, I heard you like corpses. But it looks like they've actually got that ironed out, which that makes me quite happy. And obviously, the pipes are working. Our turret is up doing something. Oh, yeah. Izzy solar panel mod. And Starstruck. ADHD. So, one of the things that I found was that and right now I still have the old version of the script. So, let's do this. Rotor. Rotor 2 is going to be the vertical rotor because it's the one directly connected to the base. Turn off the shared inertial tensor. And boom. They get jiggy with it. It's like in time with the machine gun. So, you know. Oh, this can wait. Kill, kill, kill. Holy crap. He tried to like action movie. What? What are you doing? Stop. The corpse is swimming through the earth. Nope, yep, nope, here it is. Yep, I mean, this guy is as dead can be, and just look at it. Oh, wait. Is it because I'm in the way? No! What did you do? Love them turrets. Anyway, so yeah. Twitchy, frightening. On the positive side, it makes a fantastic margarita. But if you go back in here and rotor and turn on, there it is, shared inertia tensor. Boom. It calms right down. It is now rather well behaved. But the LCD script, as you can see, it's scrolling now. Because it's telling me 3 rotors have inertia tensor enabled. Shouldn't be 3. Did I do it on the 3? Either way, it's giving me an error message. I did. I don't think I need it on all 3. I think I just need it on the 2. On the 1. Stop confusing me! But anyway, yes, it gives the warning. So I dropped a comment, about, because initially I tried adding a second LCD because there was talk about grouping them. But by grouping them, it just means that you can add all of your solar alignment LCDs to a single group. Instead of having to configure each one, you can just drop an LCD, add it to the group, and it'll automatically spit out this stuff. So when I added another one, it just was too identical. But I dropped a line about it, asking, can we, allow us to disable that particular alert? And he was like, hey, I'm actually about to do that. And I was all like, ooh, squee. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to edit, browse workshop. What? There we go. Issies. Get the new one. Check code. Remember and exit. Run. Boom. I believe he said he did some other stuff too, but I don't remember. But now, bam. The inertial tensor is enabled on the vertical rotors by default. So no more jitters and no more annoying message. All fits nicely on a single panel. And I couldn't be happier. I'm pleased as punch. Which, why the hell is Punch so damn happy? Whatever. Alright, where was I? I have base defenses now. Perhaps. And I feel like this is going to go badly, but, it should be funny. What are you shooting at? Oh, I need steel plates. Okay, clearly Clyde, which I'm officially naming my base AI Clyde. Clyde is a little, shall we say, gung-ho. We're out of the materials to make those things, which means we won't be able to make bullets, I'm sure. Now, that's one bad thing about all the modded weapons I've added. Trying to find my ammo to produce is, well, it's a pain in the butt! We want 1,000 rounds. But we're missing iron. Now I think about it, that's gonna be... Okay, Clyde, stop it. Because you know what? I'm not gonna have any rounds for a ship either. Wait, we want it to target meteors. We want it to target missiles. We do want it to target the ships. We don't want it to target the characters. We don't want it to target neutrals. We are playing the Exploration Enhanced mod with the better AI. This does mean there is a possibility of encountering a neutral ship. I haven't seen it happen yet on a planet, so I doubt it, but just in case, you know, because with this mod, if you assault a civilian, they call the police. And you don't get to explain the story, you don't get to pay a fine. The police just show up to shoot at you, and that's it. So it's kill or be killed, but if you kill them, more cops show up. And if you kill them, bigger cops show up. And if you kill them, the biggest cop shows up. And if you kill the biggest cop, like, the military starts to show up. And it's like, you are going to lose this battle. Better to just turn the target neutral off. Alright, where was I? Ah, yes. Inventory. How many bullets are freaking left, Clyde? 11! I have 11 bullets left, because... Frankly, because you're an asshole, Clyde. That's why I have 11 bullets left. Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. It's farther away, but I believe I saw iron under that civilian wreck. So you may have noticed, like, you know, I'm using the small med facilities. I like it. It's a little blocky. I'd like it to be a little more detailed, but, you know, to me it looks a little less Space Engineers and a little more Minecraft, but still, it takes up a nice small form factor. But it still has the big yellow highlight box, which I hate. You may have noticed I get a nice little faint purple highlight. I think purple highlight is actually the name of the mod, and it's the bee's knees. Which, I don't know what's so great about a bee's knees, but whatever. It's it. That's what it is. Boom. So we turn that off, and we... Boom. Wow. See, that is how I end up smashing my damn solar panels. Daylight is breaking. Morning dawns across the savannah, and we see the Space Engineer in his native habitat. Yeah, no, I've got all kinds of mods installed in here just for... A lot of them are just because I want different aesthetics. I have different, like, thruster mods. Not really because they're better, but just because they look better. You know, I have the Helicarrier thruster pack because they look pretty cool. And while I haven't really found anything that I want to do with them yet... Dive bomb! You know, I joke like that, and I'm gonna end up, like, eating it. So let's... Simmer down now. Simmer down. There's a pack of, well, instead of jet engines, it looks more like the ducted fans. I like that. You know, there's some designs I have in mind that I've played around with that are, they do well with that. I'm still pointing like straight down, ain't I? Yeah. Artificial Horizon. Iron. All right, landing gears locked. What was that? Oh. Thruster. Let's turn the inertial dampeners off. I'm locked. No reason to waste battery. Waste not, want not. In fact, let's turn off the thrusters. And squat! Nyang. Uh-oh. Wait, where did it go? There you are. Oh, irony! Oh, come and give your Uncle Space Engineer a kiss. Yes, iron. Once I get more well established, I'm planning to set up a craft similar to this. I have not had very good luck with the mining ships. I break the mining ships a lot, like drill ships. I break them constantly, and yeah, I feel bad. I feel real bad. But so what I tend to do is I tend to build little runabouts and do a lot of hand mining because, well, then I don't break the ship. But as I get more established, I think I'm going to build one with a bob or two on it. Honestly, though, really, bob is quite slow. But, you know. I know there's like a tiered vehicle tools mod, which I haven't really checked it out. I don't know if it's got enhanced drills or what exactly the enhanced drill would get you. Whee! I want to go on the slide. But I think the main thing that happens is I, go figure, ADHD kid gets bored. News at 11. But it requires more patience than I put into it, because, you know, you kind of need to, hollow out larger than you're going to do, and the designs I've come up with so far, you know, I set them up with the sorters and the stone ejectors and all that stuff, you know, kind of standard operating procedure. And the problem is that the poopers, which is what I call the injectors, the poopers seem to be what damages the ship most often. They dump a bunch of stone And if I find myself in like a weird position, either like a bunch of stone weighs me down and crushes me, or it will dump it into a space where there's not enough room and it will actually literally just crush me into the wall. Either way, what I did have good luck with, though it was very slow and boring, was actually creating like a vertical one, like with a whole bunch of drills pointing down. So I'd just fly over and just drill down, and then I would fly back up, fly over to the side, and then I would turn on the poopers and sit there and wait until it was done pooping. And once it was done pooping, I would go back and drill more. But the process was just dreadfully boring. Whereas this, aha, drill. I don't know, it's, I'm sure it takes longer, but, you know, it's more broken up, there's more stuff going on, I'm doing the thing, so it's just not as boring. The other thing, too, is I know that there's like a script or a mod that basically turns on auto pickup. And, well, yes, alright, there's a ton of games that do it. So, really, it's not cheaty. But at the same time, this game totally does not do it at all. So, I don't know. It just... I would in no way, shape, or form judge somebody else for doing it. I wouldn't be like, hey, you're a phony! You're a big phony! But for me, I don't know. I have chosen not to make that choice. Inventory. Trashy trash. Be free! Go! Go, Edward! Go! I love that pet rock, but you must be free. Be with your family. Hey, you. Meow. Oh yeah, before I go drill more, let's pick up your toys before you play with new ones. More toys, Ma! So I think this is going to give me like 30 or 40k. Let's see. You have 30 in the connector. Ooh. The connector is full. So I think we'll just pick up what we have here right now. I did find nickel, but that is now camped. But I did get a lot of nickel. I don't think I need a ton. Not as much of it as I need iron. Magnesium, I'm probably going to need some. Whoa. Well, what the hell was that? Okay, thanks a lot, suit. Just give me a freaking heart attack, why don't you? But I'm going to need... I need to make rockets and bullets. I wish you could just clip these guys with the ship. Did I? Wait, where did he go? Did I just smoosh a zombie into the ground? I think I did. Very well. Crush zombie. Unknown signals. So one of the nice things with the aerodynamic mod is, especially with any kind of VTOL craft, if you need an emergency stop, you can just pull your nose straight up. Not only will you get the thrusters, which normally, at least on my builds, I have more thrust on the bottom, you know, to lift my fat ass up, but due to the way the aerodynamics works and all that stuff, even if it's not an aerodynamic vehicle, when you put that big wall up to the air, it's going to have... Wait. Come here. Come here. Come here. And yes, I know the gun is more efficient, but this is somehow more satisfying. Oh, give me a hug. Love you. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, you know what? I'm done with y'all. I was trying to play. We're having a nice day in the park. Then you had to go and spoil it. Bad zombie. Try your luck. Zebra gloves. Alright. Does that come with a free gallon of Sex Panther cologne? "60% of the time, it works every time." Or is it works every time 60% of the time? I don't remember. I have still yet to find a mod that gives me good, proper, like, helicopter-type controls short of doing it manually. Which, honestly, you know, I don't know that doing it manually might not be the better way anyway. I just wish it was a bit quicker. Oh, that is... Oh, wait, that's Iron Deep. it was meant to be just like, a simple statement. It's like, this is iron, and it is located deep. But it sounds like a dwarven, like, fortress. Actually, I think it is. Oh, the dwarves of Iron Deep. Wait, what else here? Big dark spots right here. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Alright, where was that other dark spot? I keep checking chat periodically just to make sure nobody's showing up. Although, I have the fairly realistic expectation that for a while anyway, it's going to be pretty lonesome in here. Technically, like, wow, I have assaulted my microphone. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. You know I love you. I have done zero promotion. Like, I haven't even posted on my own Facebook that, I'm doing this. Some of it is I want to get at least an avatar, so that I can use it as the icon for the official Hellbound Johnny Facebook page and whatnot. And then, I can just send out links to, to YouTube, Twitch, and the Hellbound Johnny Facebook page. But some of it is, it's a weirdly nerve-wracking thing, to decide to stream. I mean, I'm an older fellow. I'm 42, not old, but, not a young man either. I deal with a lot of anxiety, and it's very weird how, anxiety can take something that you know logically and make that knowledge irrelevant. So, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, this is something, streaming is something you need to take seriously if you want to really, if you're really going to do it. If you're going to do it proper and not just kind of do it as a hobby, you have to be kind of serious about it. You have to think about it, think about, like, what you're doing, and, treat it like a craft, like a profession, and, that seriousness will pay off. But aside from that level of seriousness, when it comes to the actual, what you're doing, yes, don't think of it as just playing video games or you won't be successful, but when it comes to, like, the risk factor, yeah, you're just playing video games. I mean, there's nothing that can happen. But it gets weird, again, when you're someone who suffers from various mental illnesses. It can actually become nerve-wracking. Anytime you attempt anything, anytime you try anything, it can be really, it really hooks into some, like, some deep, dark crap, and it's difficult. For me, I have attempted many things in my life. I've tried to do many things. I've always been one of those guys that I have a lot of big ideas, and the majority of them don't come to fruition. It's as simple as that. So this time around, I just really wasn't saying anything until I was actually doing it, until I was actually accomplishing something, until at the very least, I had my first stream, under my belt. I just decided not to say anything. So, as of right now, I don't even have the whole friends and family, coming into chat, but that's okay. This is giving me plenty of opportunity to sort of, refine that technique to get better at sitting here and talking to myself and, just flowing with it and playing the game at the same time as I'm talking and all of that good stuff. I am honing my craft is what's happening here. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But as of yet, I haven't really told too many people. My partner knows. She knows because, we share many, many aspects of our lives. I was talking to one of my friends about it because he has in the past done podcasts and things of that nature. And because, we were at Thanksgiving, and the conversation ended up spilling over. But most people just really didn't give a shit, so it's not like I really told a whole bunch of people. It was just kind of like, wait, what are y'all talking about? Streaming? Oh, okay. And they just kind of drifted away. So it's like, yeah, technically I didn't, so I wouldn't say that I told a bunch of people. I didn't hide it, but nobody cared, so effectively I only told one person. Let's see. Alright, the refinery is going at that iron like a champ. I also have an arc furnace. Wow. Cobalt takes a long time. But I have a lot of refined cobalt, so let's put it back to work on the iron. Let it chew on that nickel after that. What do now? I don't know. That's what do now. I'm gonna scoop your brain. That is just cheating. Found you. What? Oh, Bob is picking up the loose stone. No, don't do that, Bob. I don't want the rocks. That is not necessary. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Where is there it is. Stone. Do not pick up the stone. Controlled by script. I still don't know what that is. But yeah, this is home. Feel like I should put a chair up here, chair and a little table. Have a cold brew. I wish I could dynamically turn the crosshairs off. Like, I want the crosshairs in first-person mode, but, like, for this... Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, even with the HUD on, it is... Just give me a shortcut for it anyways. Yeah. Get away from me! Looks like in the scene in the movies right before the sniper takes the shot. I've got a clear shot. Do I fire? Do I fire? Whatever. Swan dive! But yeah, I think I was planning on streaming for about another half hour, but there's not really much that I want to get into right now. I don't want to start something and then stop in the middle. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it early. You know, another one of those wonderful things about just starting out, I don't have a fan base to disappoint just yet. So I can kind of do that. But yeah, I think we're going to call it quits for tonight. And, you know, if you're seeing this on YouTube, be sure to, you know, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can also find me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/hellboundjohnny. I do not have a vanity name for YouTube yet on account of, you know, not having the requisite number of subscribers or what have you. Once I do, I'll have that, and I'm sure it'll just be youtube.com/hellboundjohnny. I have a Twitter, which, of course, I am at hellboundjohnny. You can hit me up at any of those places if you want to drop me a message, if you want to follow me, see what's going on. I haven't worked out a schedule yet for when I'm planning on streaming. I'm probably just going to be doing it fairly often until I kind of get a feel for what I like and when the best times are. But let's go ahead and call it here. So either way, I appreciate you coming by. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.